speaking of
Hey guys,
games.
welcome back to Mom. Can I have another $1? This time we're gonna play Flame Gunner.
Yeah, gun
Is this
shooting.
a sequel to Pop Flamer?
I don't know.
Yes. Yes, this is the follow-up to a mouse setting fire to balloons.
Yeah, I get like a Final Fantasy VII vibe from this game.
Why the fuck would you say that?
Because look at the graphics, number one.
What? Is it because there's a token black man?
Yeah, no,
That's
yes.
exactly
Oh,
why.
okay. Now it looks like Final Fantasy VII. Now I kind of see it.
Unnecessary pipes everywhere.
But
Yeah,
before that, I was getting more of a Burning Rangers on Sega Saturn kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
no.
No one does.
Aww.
So Keith, I think you were one of the only people who enjoyed their Sega system growing up because you talk about a lot of stuff that no one has ever heard of. That at least that I've ever heard.
Well, I
talk
mean,
about.
I never fucked it. If that's what you're getting at.
What?
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Trouble Planet, because there's a bunch of unnecessary technical complication and the words shoot and enemy everywhere.
I thought you were going to say because it's completely irrelevant to the larger culture, and no one has heard of it.
Because it's low quality and bad.
And no one has ever seen it in public.
It's not even Fancy Feast. It's the Publix brand cat food. Well, I think you're supposed to be shooting that giant fucking water heater, Kyle.
Oh yeah. You're right.
The thing with the thing labeled shoot for your helpful perusal. See, that's the thing with the fucky 3D graphics is you can't really tell what's part of the game and what's part of the fucking scenery, you know?
Everything's the enemy.
Oh shit.
Just like in real life.
Blew up Solid Snake.
Oh yeah.
You got it. You shut down their fucking they're smelting. They're not going to be making any masks anytime soon. You got it.
Try to take a shower now, you jackbooted motherfuckers.
Take that, engineering clan. You can't.
Why
you
is
can't-
Why was the end level screen of significantly higher fidelity
Yeah.
than anything that was in the game?
That's probably what they
itself?
started with.
Like-
Like they drew that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the Sega logo at the start of Sonic, and like they started working on it and then realized it was going to take up like 10% of all the space they had to work with. So they said,
Oh,
fuck,
shit.
I guess we better rein it in the rest of the game. That one thing.
Wasn't it
too
like
much, too much,
the,
man? You took too much.
Keith, wasn't it? You would probably know this. Wasn't like the Sega at the beginning of Sonic? Like, didn't that take up like
Yeah.
60%
Oh,
of the cartridge?
Kyle, no, that's literally what I just described.
Oh, but you didn't even
Literally,
say
exactly
anything
the
I just said.
Same
So,
thing. Oh my god.
I was hoping we would just be quiet for the rest of the episode. It's just the game.
Now I'm going to
15
turn into a
minutes
totem
It's like
pole.
an awkward family road trip where we all agree to just shut up
Yeah.
and not make things any worse for each other.
Oh,
and then Kyle's at the wheel, and eventually he just kind of goes, and he kind of gestures, and everyone nods, and he understands that what we all agreed to was that he jerks the wheel 90 degrees to the left, and we go driving off of the cliffs of Moher.
But before that, I say, hold on a second. I know a shortcut, and I drive us right into the side of a cliff.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Vroom.
I know what I have to do.
I see a diesel truck in front of me that's like presumably fully loaded with gasoline, and I just crash into the back of it as hard as possible.
Poor Caitlin goes to have the executor of the will read, and all she gets is a copy of Spyro.
That she already has.
That is your husband's net worth, was one copy of each of the first 3 Spyro games on PlayStation. And I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Don't
not
marry
a
into
digital
Sparrow,
version.
kids.
If she ever
Spyro,
wants to
fuck.
make any use of it, it takes an actual physical PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's what passes for a family heirloom these days, son. I'm
Yeah.
passing down to you. Like your grandson's getting married, and your son gives to him an actual CD-ROM copy of Spyro 2.
Oh.
Yeah, and they think it's some kind of weird Aztec treasure or something because it's just a black shining disc. What the fuck is this? And they all look around. Nobody knows. I don't know.
Churn it over, and then they churn it over, and it just says Spyro. I'm like, what the fuck?
So in this weird future, there's no compact disc technology. Is that like what's supposed to be happening?
I mean, we're phasing that out rapidly right now, so that's not implausible at all.
I mean, but you can still go buy it. They still have it at the stores.
Okay, but I think it's funny that all you have as a legacy, the only proof of your human existence, is a box full of copies of Spyro. All right.
Right.
It doesn't have to be Spyro. It's just something.
And nobody
stupid.
knows what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
I know
like
you're
how
new to
my
this
last
show.
will and testament's gonna be full of Sega Saturn shit.
Well, you
I know
see,
you're new to this show, Kyle, but what we do here is make dumb jokes.
see, Nick, I've recently only just started drinking again, so I'm a little slow on the uptake. I don't. So you have
You've
to.
already gone into like alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
2 fingers of whiskey, and Kyle's having entire hemispheres of the brain shut down.
So every year from January 1st until April 1st, which is my birthday, I don't drink any alcohol. So it is now April 5th, and I've only just begun drinking again, and now I can't function correctly anymore because I'm not completely tolerant to it.
Without
change
tolerance,
has been
MCIHAD doesn't
imperceptible.
even exist.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, Nick, and let's fantasize about your mortality now for a moment. I imagine someday in the future, the concerned parties go to visit your final resting place, but it's not in the community cemetery. No, it's out in the mountains where a looming, some 80-meter tall, gargantuan fucking totem pole is jutting out the side of a mountain precariously.
That got
That is
better.
where you finally got so angry at something. What it was, we can't imagine, but something pissed you off, but good.
That got better
Maybe
than
you
what I
were
was.
on an airplane and it just happened.
Yeah, so here's my fantasy scenario there is I think I may have at one point shared with you guys the photos I took of the Crab Orchard mines, which just look like enormous slots carved straight forward into a mountain. So my final resting place is somewhere in there, and it's not even closed off, just no one will go in there anymore. And now, just to sweeten it up a little bit, entombed with me among like a handful of my material possessions is this stupid cat puppet that you mailed to me, Keith.
Oh yeah, it finally got there.
Yeah, and you know, it'll be like a shitty ripoff of an Egyptian pharaoh.
Just
Perfect.
3 baseball display cases with rubber skulls and a cat puppet.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
we
I
can get you a
forgot that,
Tengu mask.
As I promised before, now that they are no longer being used in immediate times for recording anything, I did put the skulls out on display on my coffee table.
Perfect.
And
What a
my
conversation
dad
started.
did, in fact, ask what the hell they even were,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
had to know
That's-
what they were for.
That's the best part to me is like our parents don't really know who the fuck we are as people. Like
Oh,
the
no.
fact
Does
because
anyone ever?
I
Can
would-
anyone ever really know you, or are they only being deluded by the grim simulacrum of life that is maintained by the hollow shell that they
Yeah.
interact with?
Yeah, anything that has anything to do with this show, my dad is completely unaware, because I tell him that, you know, he'll ask what I've been doing, and I'll tell him that I have been, editing all day, and he will occasionally remember that we made videos, and he'll ask, oh, you doing more stuff like, and he'll always remember the same one. He's like, that video you guys did where you got your head cut off, that one was pretty cool. And I won't even bother to tell him that one's almost 10 years old. So, like, you have zero idea what I do.
it's probably for the best.
That's okay. Yeah, so I told him, I was like, oh, we use this for a video. And that is all that I would elaborate on.
And if you ever found out that you were working on porn, it'd be less embarrassing than the actual truth.
I don't think
I would use
be,
that as a cover story.
honestly. I don't think
I'm
I would
filming
be.
Steve's picnic party. Yeah.
If I actually did work on porn, I don't think I would be embarrassed. I think I would just tell people. I'm like, yeah, I work on porn.
Yeah. Oh, I work on sets now, but it's important.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do, right? In
Yeah,
this
exactly.
economy. And there's a there's a rim shot heard as though from a distance.
And then it shows a quick flash of the unemployment of the United States in the year 2020, and it's 6 million
45%.
Americans,
Yeah.
like the highest it's ever
Yeah.
been in the entire span of U.S.
History of Earth. Yeah.
The single biggest employer is gay porn. And
Like I said, I don't
fastest
think-
growing industry.
They
I don't
won't
think
let
I-
themselves be stopped.
I don't think I'd be embarrassed. I'd just be like, yeah, I work
Nice.
in porn. You know, I think I'd be less ashamed working in porn, gay porn, than I am right now about
Kyle?
my current job.
Kyle.
What?
That was the very joke that began this entire tangent. I am going to arrest you.
But I said
You
that
don't
my current
appreciate
job.
my jokes better. And stop. I'm going to place you under citizen's arrest.
Well, Trump, come get me, motherfucker. You don't have a vehicle, so join us next time on
For
Mom
mouth
Can Have
fucking
Another-
my joke. I'm going
He's
to
gonna
get my
drive his
cable back.
motorcycle right through your living room.
He doesn't have a motorcycle to drive.
Fair enough. All right, guys, join us next time on Mom, Can I Have Another $1?
Yeah.